Hey everyone, how's it going? Kitty, good to see you on. Thanks for hopping on early. So for anyone who is watching the stream later or you're on right now, I just want to give you a heads up that today's live stream is honestly is just going to be a chill Q&A stream. I'll take questions live, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. I don't really have a topic of today, I guess real quick info or announcement is that today is spring break for a lot of students right now, and today also happens to be the last day of all my March presentations. March has been a pretty busy month for me, as just going out there and speaking. Huge thanks for the nonprofit that I work with, the Plus Me Project, for allowing me to get to a lot of schools and have a lot of great conversations with students. So anyway, welcome anyone who just is hopping on right now. Again, chill stream today, Q&A, hanging out, nothing too serious today. Jazzy, good to see you on. Just being good to see you on. All right, thanks for hopping on. Jared says, hey, sorry, I'll come back. I'm going to take a shower. Awesome. Honestly, I don't know. This stream will go on for however long that we want the stream to go on for. As long as we're having conversation and it's good, let's keep it going. All right. So, I guess question to all of you again, because it's a chill stream. How are you all doing today? And who's on spring break right now? I'd love to know that one. Hey says hey, good to see you on. And Son Goku, good to see you. Just says he might be gone by then. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So it all just depends on what is going on in in your life, and whatever you want to share, go for it. How was the school today? So today's presentation was pretty chill. I drove up to Arcadia, which is in the greater Los Angeles area, and let's see here. So let's see, the school, it was very chill. I did 2 classroom presentations, spoke to smaller than usual, at least in this past week, but nonetheless not less significant. It was a good opportunity for me to just, like, I guess in a way, have normal conversation. I did a even more casual approach, just because it was like, everyone was getting ready for spring break, so I just had a conversation, so it was good. So what else do I want to mention here? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, fun little fact today. I went bowling with my girl Christine today, and when I was at the bowling alley, some a student just like walked by. I'm like, hey Richard. I'm like, what? And then she's like, Johnson Middle School. I'm like, oh. And then I totally blinked out, totally forgot that Johnson Middle School was like literally right around the corner. So I was at Johnson Middle School last month. So just a little fun. It's always fun to run into people that you recognize. So yeah. Let's see. Hey Kitty, good to see you. You see me, then tell me make it. What? Hello. Jazzy says, so how will you do giveaways for merch? How will I do it? Honestly, I think I'll probably do something with YouTube Live, maybe even Instagram, and just every I don't know, every so often I'll just, like, whoever enters will be entered to win some merch. So that's what we'll do. All right. I messaged to on Insta. Awesome. Let's see. I don't know if I'm caught up 100% with my Instagram messages. I haven't checked them today. So if you message me, then I don't know if I got it yet, or I haven't looked at them all yet. Just Being says, any tips on getting a girlfriend? I'm having trouble. Honestly, talking about just being, I think it's about just being yourself. It's really, I think your girlfriend or your significant other will come when the time is right. Yes, there's absolutely ways that you can set yourself up to win. Creating opportunities for yourself, such as like going out there and creating opportunities. So if you like a girl, it's about approaching her and saying, hey, I think you're kind of cute. I'd love to go out sometime, or whatever it is, whatever your way of doing it is. So it is about creating opportunities, because the thing is, if we're not creating opportunities, if we're not approaching someone that we like, then we're missing out on opportunities, and you're closing yourself off in that way. For people, I think most people here are students, and so yeah, if you're a student, I think it's just about asking a girl or a guy out, just doing that. That's pretty much it. Um, let's see, Kitty, yes, I can see you. All right. Let's see, other tips on getting girlfriend. Again, for me, I think it's just about being yourself. You know, like there's no need to try to impress someone. Just be yourself. You know, of course, if you're naturally a sweet person, then be a sweet person and do whatever feels right to you. You know, if you feel like getting flowers or whatever. I mean, this is advanced stuff, but like, if you feel like doing something that's, you know, you're like, I just feel like doing it, then do it. And if it's not natural, I don't think you really need to force it. You know, you'll just yourself will attract the right people. All right. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, good to see you on. Jazzy says, but like, will you ship it or bring it to your door? Let's see. Well, if you win it, I mean, it'll probably be shipped. Yeah, like I don't quite have access to, you know, driving to everyone's front door in America. So, or even outside the United States. Ooh. Let's see. Sorry you had an awful day. Hope you feel better. Yeah, keep that up, Kitty. Jose says, wait, was it really embarrassing when the girl you like in middle school found out you like her? Middle school or high school? Either way, yes. I think you're talking about high school. Yes, the girl, when she found out that I liked her, I was super embarrassed for sure. And I mean, honestly, all the girls that I had crushes on, I was embarrassed. So that's what I have to say. Just Being says, have you ever approached a girl like on the street before? Yes, I have. And yes, I've been rejected plenty of times. And you know, I've in my singleness, like my whatever you want to say, 9 years being single, I've definitely tried a lot of different things. I have, yes, I've approached girls in the street or like in public. You know, I've approached girls at the beach, in shopping malls before, like a lot of different places. And really, for me, it was like I was just creating opportunities for myself, and I was trying to get myself out there, and I was okay if I got rejected. You know, of course, I didn't want to get rejected, especially at the beginning when we take everything personally. We think, oh, if we get rejected, it means that we're not worthy, and that's not the case. It's just not every girl is interested, you know, and that's okay. So yeah, takes practice. You just keep doing it. That's all. Um, I can't say I'm 100% comfortable doing it, but I'm definitely more comfortable. And you know, if I were single, I don't know. Never mind. Like I would be open to trying to do that, you know, whatever. But that's not the case anyway. So let's see here. Madison and Sherman, good to see you on. Let's see. Kitty says, who cares about being in a relationship? I don't care. Well, you know, I think a lot of people do. I guess I'm only after people pleasing. Interesting. Um, Gabriella says, what's your top tip for studying? Off the top of my head, top tip for studying is do it. It like I know that sounds so basic, but literally, I think a lot of studying is just doing it. Um, if you're asking for like how do you study more efficiently now, okay, so tip number one is just do it. Like sometimes we hate studying, sometimes it's tedious, it's a lot of work, and we at the end of the day we just have to do it. Okay. Step number two is studying efficiency. So I think this comes with practice, but continue to be mindful of what ways of studying most benefits you. Um, I think what all of us as human beings, like we all have different modes of studying and learning. You know, some of us are visual learners, some of us are kinesthetic learners, like we, you know, touch, feel, engagement, stuff like that. Some of us are more auditory, so listening in class, things like that. So, for example, um, I didn't really figure out until college that I was a very, I think, kinesthetic learner. Anyway, what really worked for me in terms of studying was asking friends, like, hey, can you teach me how to do this? Because what that does for me is it allows me, like, one-on-one. You know, they get to learn because they're teaching me. The best way to learn is to teach, okay? So they would teach me, and I would ask questions. I'm like, hey, I don't fully understand this. Can you explain this? And for me, it's like that helps them learn, and it helps me learn even more. You know, like me being in a class and just listening, it was really hard for me to keep up with a teacher. So that's my way of learning. My point is, find what way best suits you. You know, some people are readers. Some people just like reading. Also, break things down. Like, for example, for me, in high school, I knew that I was not a good reader. So reading a full chapter before an exam was not very efficient. The best way to do it was to uh, look for highlights, key points. You know, go to the book summary, whatever it is. So that's kind of how I learned to do that. All right. Let's see here. Alrighty. Jazzy says, "Hey, I need to go to the hospital. Gotta go. Sorry." Oh, all right, Jazzy. Thanks for hopping on. Hope everything's okay. Game Master just won a 4-9 game. That's awesome. Congratulations. Let's see. Is that a bad thing? First of all, Game Master, congrats, 50th win. That's amazing. I'm still working on mine. I'm still a noob. Played a few games. Have yet to win. I've placed top 10 too many times, but haven't gotten number 1 yet. Yeah, working on it. Getting closer. Kitty says, I need help. I feel like no one wants to hear what I have to say. Oh, I found a song that literally is my life. I want you to look at the lyrics online. Song. Got it. Let's see here. Kitty, hold on. I'll get back to you in a second. Gabriella, you're welcome for answering questions. Let me know if you have any more info on that. Let's see. So, let's see here. I don't know. Yeah. Kitty, I'm trying to do my best to support you here. Like, yeah. I'm not an expert here, okay? Um I mean, I'm doing my best. Can I hear you out? Yeah, I could try. I mean, when I say that, it's like how in depth do we want to go? Let's see. I'm not an expert at life and solving all life problems, if that makes sense. Um, yeah. I mean, if you want to go for it, go for it. Hey, like shoot me. You can shoot me a message too. You know. Let me know. Okay. Let's see. Jose says, "Do I have a Snapchat?" I do have a Snapchat. I don't really use it very much though. Okay. So yeah. Kitty, it's just let's see. I don't want this whole entire live to just be a conversation with us going back and forth because you know we have a lot of other people on. So you know if there's a lot to talk about, we could talk about that on the side for sure. Okay, but you know, I'm open to listening. Yeah, and again, like I mean, yeah, go for it, go for it. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations, and you know, I'm not trying to close any doors or anything like that. Go for it. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So I'm yours. Go for it. Let's see. Rushalot says, "Hey, do you know more ways to manage procrastinating for school projects?" So, let's see. Kitty, just letting you know, I'll read your conversation. You know, in between. Yeah. Feel free to keep typing. All right. Rushalot says, okay, so how do you manage more ways to manage procrastination for school projects? How do you manage that? Uh, mm, I'm a little curious. I'm curious if you could dive a little bit deeper into that. Um, Managing procrastination. Man, I feel like this is way too basic of a like a tip, but it's like just do it. That's probably not the tip that you're looking for, but I think that's really a pretty solid tip. It's like if you don't feel like doing something, sometimes we just got to do it. You know, sometimes it's just do it. That's it. I'm thinking about my work, and I think sometimes when we hesitate so much, it becomes more of a burden, and then it becomes heavier, and then we're just like, oh my goodness, like this is so hard. And then once we actually just do it, it's actually not as hard as it is, as hard as it seems. So my recommendation to overcome procrastination is just take action. And I know that sounds really like almost bad advice or good advice, but like that's not what I want to hear advice, but I really think that's the best thing we can do when we're procrastinating is just take action. And I think action cures a lot of problems that we have. Yeah. So I remember just rush a lot real quick. For example, last week I was having a really rough week for myself emotionally. I was just like I kept beating myself up. I felt really sad, and I was in a lot of resistance. You know, and in a way that's procrastination. You know, when we're in resistance, we don't want to do anything, and then we don't do anything. We push things off. So it wasn't until you can watch my live streams. You probably don't want to dig through all the hours of content, but I remember um, on Monday I made a decision. I was like, you know what, let's just do it. So Monday I just took action. I did it, and guess what? I started feeling better about myself, and I started feeling more on track. So my advice to you: if you're procrastinating, just do it. Like baby steps. Let's start with that. If you're procrastinating, just do something small, okay? And to just get the ball rolling, and then keep pushing yourself one little step at a time. Another thing you could try is creating deadlines. Like, if you have a project, outline when is your project due, and then of course you don't want to just wait till last minute. So, when do you want the project completed by? So let's say your due date is April 30th. Okay, so what if you're like, okay, I want to actually do it ahead of time, so I don't have to worry about it. So let's say April 20th is your deadline. Okay, you got 20 days. How are you going to structure your 20 days? Okay. You know, first week is planning, second week is this, third week is this. So creating a plan and then executing. That's my tip for you. Rush a lot. Kitty, I'm going to get back to you in a second. I'm going to finish Rush Lots. Rush Lot says, well, say if you get a school project, but then you are like, you get distracted pretty easily, pretty much. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you get distracted, look, I get distracted. I totally understand. And sometimes it's about self-discipline. It's about little moments where we're like, you know what? Like, I know I get really distracted. I know I want to go play video games. I know I want to go watch YouTube videos. I don't want to do my work. And it's having the self-discipline to just be like, you know what? Okay, I know I don't want to do my work, but I get to do my work. That's pretty much it. And by the way, it feels good. It really does feel good to just take responsibility and just go for it. Like to just yeah, to just do what you're supposed to do and not procrastinate. And then afterwards, you can do your more hobby like tasks, such as playing video games, watching YouTube videos, you know, whatever it is, playing sports, stuff like that. Okay. Alrighty. Kitty, back to you. Let's see. I'm unhappy and I like being alone, and my parents just disagree with it. They don't even want my door shut. At school, it is like all my friends, and my friends left me for someone better. They don't like because I don't curse, listen to rap, or act urban. I remember I made a mistake on my iPad, which I have done a million times. The whole class started complaining about me, even the teacher. Um, let's see, I feel like everyone is against me and does not want to hear what I have to say or care to spend time around me. Um, okay, Kitty, I feel you. And let's see, a couple thoughts here. First of all, um, just know that, like, again, Kitty, like, no one is better than you, you know, and you are no better than anyone else. Same thing goes for me. You know, you're not better than me. I'm not better than you. You know, none of us are better than each other. We're just human beings, okay? It is unfortunate that you are in an environment that is not very supportive. That's my observation. Is that the truth? It's just my observation. That's all, okay? It's okay. Like, you don't need to act like everyone else. That's my opinion. Uh, yeah, you don't need to listen to rap or act urban. You don't need to curse just to get approval from other people. Like, I think you should continue being yourself. And I know it's tough. I get it. Like, I could sense the pain that you're going through. I'm sure it's very heavy, but just know, like, when you as you continue to, you know, go throughout life, you'll realize, like, I don't know, high school is a phase. You know, it's not, high school is not life, really. Um, okay, let me see here. Yeah, and I mean, going back, this is this is like for me, this is a tough conversation. Um, not like nothing with you personally, but like just in general. Like, it's, how do I say this? Hold on. You need a tissue or allergies meds? Yeah, I'm sniffling. I'm getting over a cold. That's why. You want to be number one? Why can't I be? How do I accept my introvert life? Not supportive environment. You're confused. Okay, so here let's break a few things down. First of all, it's perfectly okay to be an introvert. Okay, I think. Okay, let's talk about students in general. I was watching a documentary, and sorry, before I continue, people who are commenting right now. I see a lot of comments. I will get back to you. I'm sorry. I know I'm trying to balance everything. I'm gonna respond to Kitty first, and then I'll get back to your comments. Okay, and then I'll try to read your comments in between to make sure that I don't know if you guys are contributing or adding to the conversation, or a side conversation, different topic. Okay, I'll get your comments though. Um, let's see here. Okay, first of all, it's okay to be an introvert. You know, for all my friends out there, it's okay to be an introvert. It's okay to, for people not to like you. It's perfectly okay. Anyway, I was watching a documentary, and um, it's in a teenage mind. I talked about this in a previous stream, but in a teenage mind, teenagers tend to put a lot more focus on social than older people. So the experiment was they hooked up, you know, a teenager, and then they also hooked up an adult to, like, you know, like a, was it like a EMF, like electromagnetic frequency, something like that. Like, they hooked them up to wires just to see, and like their sweat glands, stuff like that, to see their responses. And what they did was they put them in a window where pedestrians would walk by and look at them, and they would measure their stress levels. And what they found out is the teenagers would react to people walking by and staring at them, while the adults wouldn't do that. The point is, teenagers tend to focus more on social pressure versus adults. And then my point around that is, I mean, growing up yes, it does, as a teenager, we put a lot of emphasis on social stuff. What you may realize when you get older is, like, the social stuff, like getting social approval, things like that, is not really necessary. You know, it might seem like that in high school because there's a lot of pressure, but it's not. So I guess my point is to just be yourself. And I know it's tough because you're not getting a lot of support, Kitty, and maybe some other people watching this right now. But to just keep pushing forward. You know, keep pushing forward. I get it. It's tough. You're going through such a tough time. And Kitty, I wish you had more support. You know, it's nobody deserves to be placed in such a tough environment, you know, but unfortunately, like, life deals us cards, and, you know, we got to play them and just keep pushing through. Okay. Yeah. So I want to talk about the not supportive environments. What I mean by that is, if, you know, people are not respecting and honoring you as a human being, and, like, you know, they're not accepting you for who you are, that means they're not supporting you, you know, and that's not a supportive environment. Like, Kitty, if you were to go into a different environment, there's, you know, depending on which environment you go into, some will be supportive and some won't be supportive. Okay. So, we can't always choose the environments that we're in, especially growing up, you know, but I don't know how to say it. Like, I guess as you get older, hopefully you'll have more of that opportunity to choose the environment you want to be in. Okay. Let's see. All right, Jose, thanks. We'll switch back. Anyway, for whoever is choosing to stay on, we'll switch back the conversation pretty soon. I just like to be alone sometimes. So I'm worried about school. I thought the social thing is from low self-esteem. What makes you think I don't have support? Kitty, we're gonna come back to your conversation because, again, you know, this is a very one-on-one conversation, and you know, a lot of people are not, like, they don't want it to just be a one-on-one conversation, because a lot of time, like, we go into deep conversations. I hope you understand. So we'll continue on your conversation in just a second. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Tokyo Dragon, how do you reclaim your integrity when you lose it? That's a good question. I like that. So Tokyo, I don't know if you're still on, but let's answer it. How you reclaim your integrity when you lose it is you recommit to it. So if you break integrity, so let's say you say, oh, I'm gonna eat. I'm not going to eat junk food today, and then you eat junk food, how you reclaim your integrity is by saying, the quote that we use in coaching is like, I acknowledge that I broke my commitment. I recommit to not eating junk food for the next week, something like that. Okay, so first you acknowledge what you did, and then step number two is, you recommit. Okay, step one, acknowledge. Acknowledge broken commitment. Step two, recommit. Okay, so that's how you do it. Just Bing says, what score did you get when you went bowling, and what's your PR? So when I went bowling, today I scored a 180, 189, 187, 187 or 189. What's my PR? Let's see. I think my PR is like, I feel like it's like 192. Yeah, bowling's interesting. So I've been trying to hit above 200, which honestly, in my opinion, it's not like, once you understand how to bowl, it's like it's not too hard, because it's like if you just get strikes, then it's easier to get a higher score. But it's just that consistency. So yeah, looking forward to hitting that 200 plus. Yeah. Let's see. Kitty said, oh, nope, we already went through that. Alrighty. Elisa says, in regards to your video on pursuing passion yesterday, can you elaborate on how and why you entered the corporate life post college? That's a good question, Elisa. So, excuse me. The reason why I went into the corporate route was for two reasons. One, excuse me. When I was in college, I used to intern for a life coach, and through interning for a life coach. By the way, for people who don't know what a life coach is, a life coach is someone who helps people achieve their goals and their dreams. Like, let's say an actor, an actor wants to become famous. So a life coach would be like, okay, this is what you need to do to get there. Or they'll ask them questions like, what do you think? What do you think you need to do to get there? And then it helps them brainstorm things like that. Anyway, I realized I wanted to become a life coach of some sort. So my boss at the time I asked him, how do I become a life coach? He said, go get real life experience. So that's why I went into just the corporate world, because I want to get real life experience. Plus, I got into, it was fun. I did entertainment, corporate entertainment, which is, I guess, at least a somewhat more fun side of corporate. And yeah, so that's how I got into it. It was also a steady paycheck. That's another reason why. Yeah. Alrighty. Tokyo Dragon says, I'll be honest, I'm still a kid at heart, unwilling to go onto adulthood 100%. Did you ever struggle with the same problem? Any advice? Ooh, Tokyo. I like this. I really like that. Tokyo, I hope you're still on. I love your questions today. They're amazing. Not to say that your other questions are not as great, because they are, but today's questions are awesome. I love it. So, you're unwilling to go 100% into adulthood. Do I ever struggle with that problem? So, first of all, I always feel like, I don't know, but I feel like we should always be kids at heart. We should always want to, just be kids. That's it. And even for me, I'm technically an adult, but I still feel like a kid. And I think it's a good thing to want to be a kid. Now, let's talk about adult responsibilities, making money, paying bills, whatever, like getting insurance and saving, all that kind of stuff. Did I struggle with that? Yes. And I still struggle with that. I'm still working on, being more financially secure and, investing and building up finances and stuff like that. So yeah, any advice? I think for me personally, because I have the good fortune of awesome parents, and I guess you can say like a safety net. Like, I could, if I wanted to, I could live at my mom's house, and I'm pretty sure in a way she wouldn't charge me rent and stuff like that if I wanted to. And I was doing that in the past, and I think one way to kind of push ourselves forward is to put ourselves in those uncomfortable situations of like starting to act like adults, pay for rent, pay bills and stuff like that. And I think when we push ourselves into that space, it will move us forward and I think sometimes it could be a struggle. I'm struggling through it too, but I think when we do that, it helps us to adult faster in a way, to take more responsibility, and in turn, I think when we adult faster, be more, aka be more responsible, it will make us feel better about ourselves. Okay, so my advice is to just do it in a way. Um, I'm gonna be real here. That's one advice, but like I think there's so many better pieces of advice than the one I just gave you. So Tokyo, if you got more questions, drop them in. Let's dive deeper. Anyone else, if you got more questions about adulting, let me know, because I think we can do better than the answer I just gave you. I'm just gonna be real. Rushalot says, "Thank you so much, bro. You're a great speaker. I'll keep listening from here on, and I love your videos a lot. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Rushalot." All right. Elisa says, "I'm in a similar situation, graduated college, and now on en route to a corporate job, but I've been really unhappy in all the corporate part-time jobs, internships I've had. I really don't. I really don't know what my passion is. I know I love kids, and I have always been adamant about kids having role models. That makes me think I may find joy in being an elementary school teacher. Let's see, but I'm already on the path up to the corporate world. Any tips or advice? Thanks. I just feel like I feel like I'm making a difference as a teacher, but I know that career will come with its struggles as well." Ooh, hold on. All right, Elisa, I see that you commented below. I'm gonna answer this part of the question first. So, perfect, Elisa. I have a feeling you're aware that, yeah, you're aware. So I went to corporate world. I decided to quit, and pursue this whole life coaching, speaking slash, just passion life, as in making YouTube videos, stuff like that. YouTube videos is not a primary source of income. It's a passion project. Okay, but so what's my advice? Any tips and advice in general? First of all, I feel like you're on the right track. You're in a corporate job. You're going that path. My thing is, like I said in my last video yesterday, life is too short to not do what we're passionate about. So if you feel adamant about kids, and they need role models, and you're talking about being an elementary school teacher, I think I could see where you're going. Like you say there's going to be struggles in that as well. It's not going to be a perfect job. My thing is, like, step one, take care of what you got to do. Like, take care of yourself first, as in financially, make enough money. And then I think after that, I would say, start pursuing at least in the general direction of your passion. So start thinking about, do you really want to be an elementary school teacher? Do you? And if not, if you could see, like, if you don't see yourself being happy as an elementary school teacher, then think about what else is similar to being an elementary school teacher that might fulfill you in a similar way, and financially as well. Is it, I don't know, start mentoring kids, what's that, Big Brothers, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, whatever it is. Mentor people. Just dip your toes in the water and figure out what is it that you want to do. There's a lot of different roles that involve working with kids. Okay, so yeah, keep going. And I guess my encouragement, my advice is just keep exploring that area. Like, don't quit on that. Don't give up. Don't let your current job that's paying the bills, and you're kind of working your way up the corporate ladder. Don't let that, if that's not your passion, like, don't let that be your main focus, like, in all your focus. So again, life is too short. Focus on what you're passionate about, but of course, take care of your bills and all that stuff too. Okay. All righty. Elisa, you're welcome. I saw that comment. Elisa, I'm gonna get back to your other two comments. I'm just gonna read them in order. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Steeler Angel. Hey, good to see you on. Steeler says, came to Corvallis. Yes, I was there. Dan says, let's play PS4 today. Nice. I'm down. I'm definitely down to play. If you're talking about Fortnite, yeah, I'm down to play right after this. But let me just double check. Let's see. Follow my new channel. I love that. Someone's username is follow my new channel. Nice. Yo, good to see you on. All right. Kitty, I'm gonna get back to you in just a second as well. Let's get through these comments, and then yeah, I mean we got plenty of things to talk about. So yeah, Elisa says, "Got you." So where do you draw the line between a steady paycheck and enjoying your job? I've been living with this mentality that I would prefer the long-term stability to come from a corporate job, and it's interesting how you entered corporate with the intention of leaving to become a life coach. Okay, let's see here. So let's go. Let's talk about this. How do you balance steady paycheck with enjoying your job? Mm, steady paycheck with enjoying your job. That's a good question. I mean, I feel like it's almost a little bit of a gut check. Like, let's say you're getting a steady paycheck, um, but you're not really enjoying your job. And if something feels a little bit off, that probably means it's a little bit off. But if you're getting a stable paycheck and you're like enjoying your job enough, then like I think you're on the right track. Like it's decent. Um, I think at the end of the day, like we want to find something that's, mm, I guess in a way. Hold on, I want to backtrack in a second for this one. It's like, what do you? I guess, Elisa, the question I think you gotta ask yourself is, what are you willing? Um, what are you willing to settle with? Something like that. Like, yeah, what are you willing to settle with? That's an oddly phrased question, but the point is like, it's up to you where you want to settle. Okay, so some people settle with kind of like whatever you want to say, mediocrity. They're not fully happy, but they're like, at least I'm making a paycheck. So it's up to you. And I think I think what I want to throw out there is I think too many people settle for much less than they actually want. And I think that's where people kind of screw themselves over a little bit. So I would just encourage you to consider that there are bigger possibilities out there. Okay. But again, life is life. And at one point, we have to make a decision. So I'll leave it there. Okay. Can the question be on anything? Jonathan Ruiz, yes. Question can be on anything. Go for it. Onathox, good to see you on, brother. Celestia Chaka, hello. Good to see you on. Kitty says, people find it so important to get a girlfriend. Why? Do they just want to show us off? And rap people brag about getting girls. It's like we are objects. Do you believe we are? Sorry if it's too deep for you. Nothing's too deep for me. Let's go. Kitty, I think if I'm being completely real, I think you have a very skewed view of why people have girlfriends. I don't know if that's environment, culture, stuff like that. It might. Hold on. I could almost say we all have skewed views. What I mean is we all have our own unique perspective, and it doesn't make it right or wrong. Okay, so, but from my perspective, let's see. Why do I want a girlfriend? I want a girlfriend because I want someone that I could share my life with. I want someone that I can connect on a deeper level. I don't care to show off to other people that I have a girlfriend. Like, that's not my purpose. My purpose is I want connection. I want whatever, intimacy. I want, I want to be able to share awesome experiences because I think a relationship offers that. Okay. So that's my reason for a girlfriend. Now, other people, like especially in middle school, high school, I think people just want companion. People want to feel accepted. They want to feel acknowledged. I think that's a lot of reasons why people want relationships. They want to feel significant. I think honestly, I think a lot of people's. There's multiple reasons, but I think a lot of people's self-esteem depends on a relationship because they feel if they don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend that they're not good enough or they feel insignificant, or vice versa. If they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they feel accepted, loved, things like that. I think it's human nature. So that's my thought on that one. Alrighty, Onathox says, Richard, not a dig at you, but how would you explain being a life coach when you're not necessarily where you want to be in life? Genuine question. Hey, all game, let's do it. Yeah, I'm definitely not a perfect person. So, a life coach. Let's figure some things out here. Okay, if I were to describe a good life coach, I think a life coach is a good life coach is someone who asks great questions to support the other person. We'll say the client in this case, to think about their life. That's number one. And I would say a great life coach is also a good leader slash someone who leads by example. Now, for me, do I consider myself a great life coach? Questionable. I'll leave it on the table. I'll leave it open ended. Point being is like I know myself, and I know that I have plenty of things that I get to improve about myself. So, I'm on that process. Autothoughts, great question by the way. I love it. So, can I ask great questions? I think I'm a pretty decent question asker. I think when I'm having like one-on-one conversations with people, I'm able to challenge people in certain ways that gets them to open up and start thinking, oh shoot, I never thought about that. Am I perfect at it? No, I'm not. So I'm working on myself. All right. Anyway, I want to get back to your question. I want not to take you, but when you explain being a life coach when you're not necessarily where you want to be in life. Wait. When you're not necessarily where you want to be in life. Let's see. Okay, I think I answered your question. If I missed anything, I mean, if you have any questions, add-ons, throw it at me. Like I'm more than open to talking about myself openly, trash talking about myself. It's okay. In a growth manner. Yeah, you're welcome, man. And hey, dude, thanks for challenging me. Seriously, I know you care, and that's why you're on. So yeah, Jonathan Ruiz, good to see you on. Johnson says, I want to enlist in the Army as a 19D, a cavalry scout, combat job. Delius in the Army. My parents won't let me pursue my dreams that I had since I was 9, 17 years right now. My parents want me to do a job that they chose for me. Let's see, should I ignore them and pursue my dreams or listen to my parents? Ooh, Jonathan, goodness, you're throwing me in a pickle here. Like that's like a goodness, like that's some deep stuff right there. Like I feel like that's so deep. I gotta put like a little disclaimer on this one. Like whatever I say, like let's put some disclaimers here. Whatever I say, like this is all just opinion, and you should not listen to me as fact. Okay, like I just want to throw that out there very clearly, because I don't want. I'll give you my thoughts, but I don't want it to be like Richard made the decision for you type of thing. Like this is your decision, your life. Okay, cool. Thanks. In general, so I get it. Like, oh my god, like this is so tough. This is so real. Thank you for sharing with me, sharing with all of us. This dilemma that you have because, look, this is involves life or death. Like your parents obviously care about you, and you're their son. They don't want you to not come back home. Like that hurts a lot as a family, and honestly, okay, here's where I'll start. I think it starts with continuing to have that conversation with your parents. And I don't know what your parents are like. I don't know how open they are, how closed they are. But I think it's about open communication. It depends on your relationship with your parents too. Something tells me you do care about your parents. You do care about their opinions. Otherwise, you'd be in the army already. But I think it's all about just continuing to have that conversation because it's a big deal for them. And I'm sure you respect your parents to some extent. So for me, it's like when I say continue to have a conversation, it's like, hey, whatever, mom, dad, like, I know you really don't want me to do this. I know I'm putting my life at risk. I just want to remind you, like, this is really my life passion. Like, I really want to do this. And this means so much. This is why it means so much to me. And continue to have a conversation. And look, your parents, you can't control your parents' response 100%. If they disagree with you, they're like, no, you can't do that. End of story. That's it. You're getting a corporate job, whatever. If I were in your position, honestly, I would continue say, hey, look, mom, dad, like, I know you really don't want me to do this, but can we please talk about this? I know I care about your thoughts. Let's keep talking. Like, I think it's all about communication. I'll give you a really quick example, not as serious as this one, but serious in its own way, like that same emotion in its own way. So when I was in high school, I wanted to do this thing called being a lieutenant governor for this organization called Key Club. And for people who don't know what Key Club is a community service organization, like one of the world's largest ones. And being a lieutenant governor, long story short, it's a lot of responsibility. And It's like, in order to do this, I would have to spend a lot of hours, at least like 40 plus hours a week, doing lieutenant governor work. Anyway, I told my mom this is what I want to do, and she said, "No, you can't do it. Like, I'm not letting you do it. I'm not signing the paperwork. You can't do it." And I told my mom, I said, "Ma, look, like, I'm really passionate about this. Like, if there's anything that I want in my life, this is the one thing I want in my life. This is the one ask. You don't have to give me anything else," type of thing. Like, I was so passionate about it, and she kept saying, "No, you can't do it." And like, in my mind, I was honestly a bit stubborn. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, like, to the point where I was almost going to forge her signature to do it, because like I was so passionate about it. And anyway, I just kept having conversation with her, and I'm not saying this is gonna work out for you, but like, eventually she's like, okay, if you really want to do this, it's your life, you can do it. you know um, at first she didn't want to do it, but at the end of the day, at least in my situation, it ended up working out. I became a lieutenant governor. It was honestly one of the best experiences I ever had in my life, especially in high school, and it was great. Is that your scenario, Jonathan Ruiz? I don't know. Anyway, my thing is just have the conversation with your parents, okay? Yeah. And let's talk about the disclaimer side. The disclaimer side, I gave you the nice balanced answer. The disclaimer side is, my own personal experience is like, I feel like at the end of the day, it's our life. We got to choose what we want to do, okay? But please talk to your parents about it. That's what I have to say. Okay? Alrighty. Jose Lopez, want you to school. Awesome. Thanks for hopping on. All right. Let's see, Kitty. What is skew? I don't know what skew is. Did I miss that? Control F. Skew. Skew? I don't know what that is. Walnut Park. Jose from Walnut Park. Hey, good to see you on. Walnut Park is legit. We got a lot of good people from there. So we got Jazzy. Jazzy's from Walnut Park too. So I said skew. I didn't say skew. I might have said something that sounded like skew. I don't remember what it was though. But I'll. I digress. Is that the phrase? Yeah. Well, we'll continue conversation. All right. Elisa says, "How much time do you and your girlfriend spend together?" That's a good question. I'll wait for her to come back, and then we'll see. She just stepped out for a second. I'm open to talking about it. I just want to make sure she's cool with it. All right. Jonathan says, "Should I ignore them and pursue my dreams, or listen to my parents?" Oh, same question. Let's see. Kitty says, "Can you get back to my other questions? I'm not sure what my self-esteem relies on." Yes. All right. Hold on. I'll see Peoples. We are answering questions in order. So stay tuned, all right? So if I haven't answered your question yet, we're going to get to your question. Kitty says, Kitty, first of all, I don't remember exactly where we left off, but I want to answer this question right now that we have in front of us, which is kind of answering, where does your self-esteem come from? What I realized is, man, I want to send you, I wish I could remember which episode. I want to invite you to check out Tom Bilyeu. Check out his podcast and stuff like that. Like, one of them, I've mentioned this like at least 3 or 4 times already, but Tom Bilyeu, which I highly respect, I think he has very high self-esteem. He encourages people like, don't put your self-esteem on things that change or are not in your control. Put your things that you can control. So, for example, here's another example. Let me make this clear. Let's talk about being number one. A lot of people put their self-esteem on being number one. Do I agree with that? Me personally, I don't agree with that, because if you're not number one, then you start beating yourself up, and I don't agree with that. Tom Bilyeu, who is super successful, multi-millionaire, like tons of followers, like millions of followers, stuff like that. Point is, like, he puts his self-esteem on his ability to, I think, grow, which seems very humble. But anyway, so when he's growing, guess what? His self-esteem is high. So point is, like, put your self-esteem on something that you can control and that you're willing to push yourself forward on, if that makes sense. So let me answer the counter question, which is, what should we not put our self-esteem on? I think one of the worst things we could put our self-esteem on is other people's opinions of us. So I think way too many of us do it. Way too way too many of us put our self-esteem based off what other people think about us. Don't do it. Like, that's my opinion. But I used to do that, and my self-esteem suffered so much. Okay, so I think self-esteem should come from within, not what other people think about you. Okay, that's awful. Okay, that's my opinion. All right, Kitty, I'll get back to your questions when we get there. Let's see. Joe Gamer says, "Hi, remember me from the school you spoke to? We were going to play Fortnite." Wait, hold on, Joe Gamer. Wait, did we connect? Did we connect on whatchamacallit? You know that thing called Fortnite? Oh, Joe Gamer. Yeah, we connected. Yes, we connected at 2 days ago or so, like a couple days ago. Yes. Sorry. Goodness, I've been to 5 schools. Too many schools this past 3 weeks that I can't keep them in mind. But I remember meeting you in the classroom. It was like second period or third period. Second period. Ha. There we go. All right. On Texas, I don't like Fortnite at all. That's okay. That's okay. Am I a huge fan of Fortnite? It's cool. I enjoy playing it. Honestly, one of the reasons why I do play it is because a lot of people play it, and I'm just trying to see what's up. But I do enjoy it. Like, I'm actually like, ooh, let's play. Anyway, enough of that. Jose, oh, I think we said that. Walnut Park. Yep. Oh, got it. Thank you, Kitty. Kitty says I had a skewed perspective on girlfriend. So what skewed means, it's like a little bit bias. Okay. Yeah. Orthodox, I've never played The Last of Us. I've never played any like. I haven't played. Yeah, I haven't played console games. PC. I'm all about that PC. All right. Jose says. Let's see here. You should come to Walnut Park again. I would love to, whenever I get invited. Usually they try to rotate speakers and not have the same speaker come over and over. I'm lucky that I got to go to Walnut Park twice. They probably won't want me to go again unless, something happened. Yeah, but I'd love to. All right. Let's forward my part. Let's see. I'm raging on Walmart again. Nice. Let's see. Okay. All right, Jose. Let's chill there. Wait, Hey, that's not nice. All right, cool. So we're caught up. We're caught up with questions and comments. Thanks everyone for your engagement. I appreciate it. Kitty, I don't know if we answered all your questions. Let me know. Other people, if you got more comments, questions, let me know as well. All right. Let's see. I know there's how much time I spend with my girlfriend. Real briefly, yeah, I'll talk about it in the future. I just want to. There's some comments that were made that were not nice and got automatically filtered, or either someone filtered or got automatically filtered. Okay. Okay. So supportive part. Oh, not support. Oh goodness. Hold on. Let me. I gotta read. Okay. So Kitty, let's. By the way, people, if you got comments, questions, like, just drop them down below, and we'll get to them. Right now we're pretty caught up. Kitty, let's get back to yours. So Kitty was talking about, hold on, supportive. Oh, I was saying that you weren't in supportive environments. I think I already talked about this. So when I said you weren't in a supportive environment, what I meant by that was that, you got people at school who are, in a way, making you not feel welcomed. And honestly, I think that's kind of part of the culture that your school is. There's other schools that I've been to where people are more accepting than others. Some of them, they're very brutal. They're like, whatever, we don't like you, go away. And other schools are like, hey, you're welcome. So it's we can't always control everything, like the schools that we go to. But yeah, just know that the environment that you're in right now. So Kitty, you're in your own little bubble right now. Like, we all are in our own little bubbles. Like, we all have our own set environment. So just know, like, once you go out, there's more opportunities to connect with people, and people will appreciate who you are. Okay, maybe you don't see that right now because of the environment that you're in, and also the stories that we tell ourselves too. Like, Kitty, I noticed the language that you use. There's a lot of stories that you have that put yourself down and like no one cares about me, you know, all that stuff. These are all stories, you know? These are stories that you tell yourself because that's the identity you've created for yourself. And we all have stories, okay? So I'll leave it at that. Just being, let's see, I'm going to refrain from that question because I'm pretty sure she would not appreciate that being answered. So I'm not gonna comment on that one. Onotex says, do you believe in zodiac signs? I read about them and it says mine is in Cal with the one my crush has. Do I believe in them? I can't say I necessarily believe in them, but I like reading up on them and kind of, I don't know, it's more for fun than anything. That's what I got. Alrighty. Yep, I am Gemini. That is correct. Okay, cool. So, any last questions? Let's see. Hi there. Hey, you. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have any last questions. Otherwise, we'll hop off. We're almost at the hour mark anyway, so that's perfect. What was what? Oh, I was talking with someone who's awesome. With my girl. That's all. Yeah. All right. So, yep. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. Well, let me see here. I'm going to see. Will I be on? I believe I'll be on tomorrow too. Okay. Kitty said she'd love to go to Asia.
Oh, sure. Experience Taiwan.
Let's see. She said sure.
Yeah.
Experience. Go to Taiwan, she said. Experience it. It's amazing. Do I believe in torture? I'm going to say no. Torture does not sound like good. Unless you're talking about improving ourselves and, like, how do I say it? Pushing ourselves in a softer sense. Okay. Too many questions? No? That's cool. We are good. Alrighty. So, hey, everyone. Thank you. Onathox, Kitty, who else? Jose before the other comments, Jonathan, Elisa, and whoever else is on. Thanks a lot for the engagement. I thought today was an awesome session and you know, live stream, and all because of you all asking good questions. So thank you for that. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm not a fan of that torture. That's such a side comment. But yeah, not a fan. Yeah. Okay. To give answers? Oh goodness, that's like a field of that's a whole nother conversation we could have another time. All right, so we'll postpone that one. Yeah, not my expertise, but we can talk about that later. All right, I'll be on tomorrow 8 p.m. Thanks for hopping on, peoples. Yeah, and for people who are on spring break, have a wonderful spring break. And yeah, make the most, follow your passion, keep going, keep moving forward, and take action. That's all I got. All right. Good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.